In his first long-form interview since last week's GOP presidential debate, President Joe Biden indicated he has no plans to step down as his party's nominee for president.
Biden, in fact, saying that he would only do so, quote, if the Lord Almighty comes down and tells him to. ABC's Jocelyn Lynn has the high points from tonight's interview with ABC's George Stephanopoulos in our top story at 10.
In his first televised sit-down interview since the disastrous presidential debate, President Biden telling ABC's George Stephanopoulos he's not going anywhere ahead of the November election.
I don't think anybody's more qualified to be president or win this race than me.
President Biden acknowledging he had a terrible night on the debate.
But your friend Nancy Pelosi actually framed the question that I think is on the minds of millions of Americans. Was this a bad episode or the sign of a more serious condition?
It was a bad episode. No indication of any serious condition. I was exhausted. I didn't listen to my instincts in terms of preparing, and I had a bad night.
The president also questioned on concerns about his mental fitness.
Do you have the mental and physical capacity to do it for another 4 years?
I believe so. I wouldn't be running if I didn't think I did. Look, I'm running again because I think I understand best what has to be done to take this nation to a completely new level. We're on our way. We're on our way. And look, the decision recently made by the Supreme Court on immunity, you know, the next president of the United States, it's not just about whether he or she knows what they're doing.
The president also rejecting the idea of taking a cognitive test and releasing the results.
Look, I have a cognitive test every single day. Every day I have that test. Everything I do. You know, not only am I campaigning, but I'm running the world. And that's not how it sounds like hyperbole. But we are the essential nation in the world.
The president also rejecting poll numbers showing him trailing former President Donald Trump, saying he can beat his rival again. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And the latest polls show that there is a close gap between former President Donald Trump and President Joe Biden. According to Single, 1,500 people who are likely to vote were asked who they vote for. Trump leads Biden by 5.1% after the president's disastrous debate performance. Meanwhile, two separate polls from Ipsos and Reuters asked registered voters who they go for president. Both polls show Biden and Trump tied at exactly 40%.